Our political insiders now in the studio, Tony May and Charlie Giroux. Guys, thank you for being here. We had some major developments last night.
Yeah, we're always excited when budget time rolls around. I didn't really expect them to come up with a budget to hand to the governor last night, but the governor did get one passed along. 29 and change billion-dollar budget. Charlie, he didn't sign it.
And no. For the reason that Tony stated the other day on Face the State. The pension problem is there, whether we want to recognize it or not. The longer it's allowed to go on, the worse it gets for Pennsylvania taxpayers. So the governor's saying, bring me a reform package and I'll sign the budget.
Well, he's got Republicans saying that they're confused today.
Well, what's happened is just he's getting the worst of all possible worlds. He's drawn a line in the sand, which I'm not saying he shouldn't have done that, but when the consideration of the pension reform bill was brought up on the House floor this afternoon, the vote was to refer it back to committee, to a committee that was headed by Gene DiGirolamo, who was not in favor of the bill.
So do you think that's the kiss of death, Tony?
I think it's not a kiss of love.
See, we worked on that.
That was good.
Pretty weak.
That was good. That was good.
But can they come up with another one?
Well, there's another bill in the Senate, but it'll take a couple days. I mean, this whole thing is dragging out. You know, it's not really clear whether the governor wants to hold the government hostage because he's got a re-election campaign coming up, and I think the whole state is watching. He's got to, you know.
But he's making an important point here, and I don't think he'll play this out forever. There actually is a possibility that they will get some pension reform, that cooler heads and wiser heads will prevail in the short term. They certainly are going to have to in the longer term. But the governor's making an important statement here to the General Assembly about doing their job, and eventually he'll sign the budget.
All right.
Then why are some of the Republicans confused? They should know this is what he wants.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
All right.
He's
called
asked,
rhetoric,
why don't they care is what
Go ahead.
All right. Well, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Hobby Lobby and Conestoga Wood Products, a local company, Lancaster County company, saying that they do not have to supply certain birth control related products to their employees, citing religious beliefs. They're for-profit companies, and the Supreme Court says, no, you don't have to do this. A blow to Obamacare in some sense of the matter. Do they make the right decision here?
They absolutely made the right decision, Tanya. Yet another blow to the Obama administration's overreaches, not only with Obamacare, but a whole plethora of issues in the past week. This was another overreach by the Obama administration. The court said move back. It's not as far-reaching as some in the media would like us to believe, though, because this wasn't all birth control.
No.
These were abortificides, the so-called morning-after pills.
Right.
Only 4 drugs out of 20.
4 drugs.
The thing that's coming out here, in Forbes Online today, there was a story that this company, Hobby Lobby, has $45 million of their 401k plan for employees invested in the very pharmaceutical companies that make these products that they don't want to give to their employees, have prescribed for their employees, but they're willing to make a profit from it. So it throws into doubt the key phrase in the Supreme Court decision, which is closely held corporations that have strongly held religious beliefs. Are they such strongly held religious beliefs if they're willing to make money off of a drug company? You know,
off of a company, Tony, that makes hundreds of other drugs. Let's be clear about that. And let's be clear about another thing. The Obama administration had already exempted nonprofit entities from this regulation. So they knew it was the wrong thing to do.
I'm not disagreeing with you that it's not as far-reaching as people say. I'm just casting doubt on these guys, the Hobby Lobby.
On that particular
Interesting
company.
point.
All right. Guys, thank you. Tony May, Charlie Giroux. You can see our political insiders every Tuesday right here on CBS 21 News at 5:30.